Mick, could be a good test to get things off underway commentary-wise for 2023 with so many new faces. But that man, he's a familiar face and he still runs as hard as ever.
Yeah, certainly got himself on the highlights reel for the season ahead. There's no doubt about it. He's had a good half. Marcelo Montoya down that left-hand side of the field. They were taking them to task early. Tomato Martin and the combination of Luke Metcalf looked extremely dangerous, and 2 tries to Marcelo Montoya, 1 over the top of Charlie Staines, a beauty. I like the look of Tuapiki, sharp fullback for the Warriors, and plenty of work to do for the young West Tigers in this second half.
Josh Folletti is out there for the Tigers, played in the centres. SG Ball just last weekend at Leichhardt Oval. Big step up in grade for the former Manly Sea Eagle. Liam Scolari, wobbly play the ball there, might have been hurt slightly in that carry to get things underway in this second half. Tony Sukkar here. Nice line break for the Tigers in the first half. It'll count towards their tally and the points available, the bonus points in this pre-season challenge. We'll run you through them once again if you're unfamiliar with it in this second half. Tigers good meters in this opening set here, bring it all the way back through Itasi James at the halfway line. Natakara from dummy half comes to this left-hand side where Zane Camro, son of Peter Camro, played a couple of seasons in first-grade footy with the Tigers back in the late 1980s. They go to the air. Pressure here on Tuapiki coming across. Can he stay infield? No, he can't. That was all clean and legal, and it will be the Tigers who get possession and an early chance.
Yeah, young Folletti, you mentioned, played Leichhardt Oval last weekend against the Cronulla Sharks for the SG Ball side. Not sure about this here. I thought momentum had stopped, but nice work over the top there. Good energy from the Tigers. That's exactly what Tim Sheens and Benji Marshall wanting to see from the young Cubs. Oh. Warren.
Shall I go now? See, that's 2. You are 2 for 2. Perfect record.
I will show myself out
so far with the curse. Natakara pass there just over the shoulder. Coming up, it wasn't really his area, but Chris Fangutu, who has been a star coming through the ranks, hails from the same high school, Marsden State High, as the great Cameron Smith there south of Brisbane. Touch there, went forward, and the Warriors work it away. And this left-hand side through Jackson Fall. A try scorer along with Marcelo Montoya's double to this point. Metcalf turning it back on the inside. He's played plenty of minutes as this man.
Over 100 metres carrying the footy now. Tom Harley, we mentioned just how fit he looked to start the game, and his work rates matched it. He's been a tremendous. Here's Metcalf now.
The Warriors go inside the Tigers 40. They'll play it there through Sifakula. Roach at dummy half. It's off to Suvalangi. Got one more here. Roach again there at dummy half. Metcalf kicking to this right-hand side as the Warriors look at it. Jareem Bula is out there. Can't wait to see what he offers tonight. Another product from that hot house of talent up there on the Gold Coast, Keebra Park High School.
Yeah.
Spent some time with the Gold Coast Titans. And something of a basketball prodigy as well as a rugby league player. And is linked up with the Tigers. Spent last season in their junior system. We'll see what he can offer here tonight on national TV for the first time.
Strong carry. There's been a couple of really intense carries from the Tigers, and it's exactly what the coach was after at half-time. Fainu, who came into the action late in the first half of the Tigers, he's been dangerous too.
Not late, Jackson.
Kick high in the air. Only spiralling torpedo. Goes down to Tuapiki though. Brings it back, sees Wakeham, hits the deck. Shot up there by Sukkar, just short of the Warriors 30. Montoya, these carries on these yardage sets have been impressive. And he signed a penalty in that first half. A strong run. Martin at dummy half. Just up to the right-hand side. Underneath there was Sione Vahu for the Tigers, trying to hang on in that tackle. Ali is there once again, strong on his feet, eventually taken down by Vahu. Plays left here. Metcalf from close range. Saw a gap. Went straight through it. Looming up. Martin was there, but Metcalf doesn't need him. Blink, and he's gone. What a run by Luke Metcalf. The Warriors added their tally, and that was blinding from the 5'8".
He's been exceptional this evening. An opportunity that he's grabbed to go across the ditch with New Zealand. Kept in the barriers at the Cronulla Sharks. Been a star for the Newtown Jets in recent seasons after bursting onto the scene. Back playing pre-season nines a couple of seasons ago. A Cronulla junior. Went across to Manly for a season, then came back to the Cronulla Sharks. And he's spent a couple of seasons getting great education from the likes of Chad Townsend, Sean Johnson, Nico Hines in recent years. Formed a really good partnership and combination with Matt Moylan at training, from my understanding, and he has burst out of the blocks in his opening game for the Warriors. And a wonderful try, ball in two hands, great acceleration into the backfield. Yeah, and the Warriors players loving it. Great signs from young Luke Metcalf, and Andrew Webster would be wrapped.
Well, pushing for a spot, of course, in that halves combination, which will include Sean Johnson. And we go back to what Sean Johnson showed us in the nines, of course, back in 2014 and 2015 with the Warriors, and what he showed as a youngster before that, all the way back to 2008 in the National Youth Competition. That was Sean Johnson like what this man Luke Metcalf showed right there.
I remember watching Luke Metcalf play junior origin football, and he just accelerated down the touchline at ANZ Stadium and just showed blistering speed, and then only a season or so later lit up the NRL nines. And yeah, great opportunity to go across to New Zealand. We see Andrew Webster there, the Warriors coach, his first night as head coach for the New Zealand Warriors, and there's been a lot to like.
Yeah, what an opening for him. 20 points to nil. This is the pre-season challenge. A win will get you 12 points. A draw will get you 6. A loss, none, but you can get the bonus points even if you do lose. The Warriors are just one try away from picking up at least one bonus point for 5+ tries. 5 or more line breaks get you a point as well, and 10 or more offloads likewise. It means you can win the game, get 15 points maximum. If you draw, you get 6 plus the 3 if you get the 3 bonus points, so 9. So you can score points in other ways other than just win, draws or losses. And the Warriors will get their first bonus point because they've come up with 5 line breaks already. Metcalf from inside the 40 didn't quite have the angle or the weight on the kick. Buller picks it up and will bring it back out here. Tim Sheens is high on his prospects, says at some stage he expects in 2023 he will play some time in the NRL. Picked up a bit of a knock downstairs on that previous tackle. He is a real talent. Scolari.
They're really starting to sense they're on top physically here, the Warriors. Their line speed's increased on the back of that try from Metcalf. And some power carries from the Warriors in that previous set, particularly Zion Maiu. Looks every bit the first grader in terms of those interchange power forwards. For a young man, he's been dynamic coming onto the field. So too this man for the Tigers, young James.
James has looked pretty handy. Jay Simpkin is back out there at dummy half, taking over from Natakara. The kick goes down to Montoya, beats one. Scolari had his hands full, grabbed him by the shorts just. Now Tamare Martin down the short side. Former Tiger himself, Tim Sheens, a little nod and a wink in appreciation of what Martin just showed right there from dummy half. Six more here for the Warriors. As Roach gets to dummy half, forward through the hands to Metcalf. Can't go in behind those players, so he heads back to the left edge where he finds Braden Williami.
Back here, wait for it. Wait.
Tackles up their sleeve from good attacking range once again. Tom Alley, massive numbers here tonight as far as pure touches of the ball and metres. Now more than 130 to lead the Warriors. Metcalf to Martin. Pass goes to ground. Bounces up there for Cusatino. Taken down just by Josh Folletti. They're just outside the 20. Goes to Martin. Comes out the back there. Jacob Laban, who will play it inside the red zone. Roach waits at dummy half. Martin looking out the back. In fact, he was going to the first man there in Sifakula. The Tigers are able to wrap him up. And the Warriors have one more. Roach. Wide ball for Martin, who kicks out towards Williami. There was a contest there. Hits the deck. Scolari has come up with it. Was a knocked on though? Yes, it was by the Tigers.
Now, we spoke about coaches wanting to see some of their young talent on show, but it's been quite the night for Tamade Martin on debut for the Warriors. He has been all class. He's really controlled the key moments, combined beautifully with young Metcalf, but when the big moments have been there to take, he's dominated the footy. And another nice kick across field.
Okay, head in. Fuck off. Stay in.
Opportunity now for the Warriors close to the line. Where's Metcalf?
It's all been that left-hand side tonight, but Metcalf here on the right-hand side. Peaky here, letting a bit of work over the top, which Warriors don't like. Of course, Atuno gives him a bit of a shove before he shovels one from dummy half, and now they work it forward. The band with the knee raised there, plays it quickly. Roach, good flat ball for Ale, almost at the line for the Warriors. They'll play it here. Quick hands, Metcalf, lovely ball. Comes to Montoya, through Williami, and Marcelo Montoya has a hat-trick. What a finisher he is. And he picks up 3 here in game number 1 of 2023 and makes it 24 to blot.
Yeah, just watch the skill here of young Metcalf, who's turning on an absolute clinic. We just mentioned his combination with Martin. Out the back, under pressure, catch and pass in a split second, lands it on the dime. Perfectly out to the left-hand side. Montoya receives the footy. He has no hesitation, but look at this from Metcalf. Perfect to Williami. Catch and pass. And he certainly knows his way to the try line. Picks up a hat-trick. And it's been great signs from the experienced men of the New Zealand Warriors and the class of young Luke Metcalf getting his opportunity over with the Warriors this year. And again, that left edge of Williami, Montoya, just too much for the young Tigers.
Marcelo might be in for a bonus point himself. He's got 4 line breaks for the game. Can you win the
win it yourself
and pick up some cash during the pre-season for the most line breaks, perhaps? He's on a charge here tonight as Marcelo Montoya. First man to grab a hat-trick in 2023. There might be more to come too. I don't think he's going to put his cue in the rack given what we've seen so far. Let's see who plays out the full 80 minutes here tonight, but he'll be keen to stay on field for Andrew Webster. He must be delighted with what he's seen, the coach.
Yeah, and some of the young
slick
guys. Yeah, they've looked tremendous falling into his new attacking systems, but whilst Metcalf and Martin and Montoya, all the experience have been great. It's been guys like Tom Ali that have really stepped up and shown something tonight. I think Jacob Laban, who's come on big, robust, powerful. Zion, boy, does he look like he's going to be a real handful for the Warriors this year. So experience stepping up and showing great signs, but also the youth of the Warriors that we haven't seen a lot of in recent years because they've been tucked away with bubbles and living away from home. But now we're starting to see that talent come through as Metcalf lands one. He likes that. He's having a great night, young Luke Metcalf.
He makes it 26 points to 0. We've got a long time to go here, almost half an hour worth of football tonight in this opening night of the NRL pre-season challenge.
Andrew McFadden there.
Cameron George up there, of course, the CEO also watching on from on high. Grandstand at Mount Smart Stadium. Interestingly, Andrew Webster was an assistant to Andrew McFadden for the time that Andrew McFadden was in charge of Warriors himself. And he's back the side of the ditch in 2023. There's the keys to the Warriors motor, and on form here early in this pre-season.
You go back to those days where, you know, your PJ Marsh and Ali Lauatiti and Arwen Guttenbeil, Stacey Jones. They were such an exciting team to watch as a, at a crucial time in my development, coming through and coming up the grades. I loved what they were about. They were big, they were physical, but they entertained, played a great brand of freedom footy. And this Warriors side, I know it's early and a lot of youth and a number of big stars there tonight, but they're playing confidently and big men running hard, offloading, halves combining together, offloading and moving the ball with great width and precision. It's been exciting tonight. Good signs from the Warriors. We need them to do well, the Warriors. The game's better when the Warriors are doing well.
West will work it away here. You're right, the Warriors fans, it's only game one. It's pre-season. We're up against the Wooden Spooners from last year, who are resting most of their top flight lineup, of course, but it doesn't take much for the fans to get excited, and they'll be pretty buoyant at the moment, given what they've seen from the home side here at 26-0. With 26 minutes remaining, Simpkin from dummy half. On the inside there for Seyfarth. Good offload. Thought about getting going pretty quickly, but wrapped up was Jareen Buller, who was pushing through the middle. A deep kick here to Apiki. Makes the catch and then wrapping him up, Josh Folletti.
He's been excellent too, Apiki. He's been brave under the high balls. He's looked sharp when out the back of shape. As we see another penalty now, yardage penalty again, shoulder contact towards the head.
There he is there. Tane to Apiki. I mean, he's got everything as far as skill and speed and footwork. Just doesn't have size. Doesn't mean he can't play at fullback.
Ask Ryan Pappenhausen about size.
That's exactly right.
There's plenty of people told him he couldn't play at the level because of his size, and it's been only injuries that have held him back. He's been an absolute weapon, and I think what we've seen from Tuapiki tonight, while size might be there for him, he's got so many attributes and he's got speed, and you can't beat speed.
Of course, we have a 17th team coming into the NRL in the shape of the Dolphins. We'll see them in action Sunday against the Cowboys, and plenty of people say there's not enough talent for 17 teams. When you see the likes of Tuapiki get a chance here tonight, you say, you know what, there is a heap of talent out there. Here they are on the attack once again. Vlasic it is, just outside the 20. Playing for Martin, who jumps into dummy half anytime Freddie has a run, and he's had plenty here tonight. Comes back out to Mayu, who we wrapped up pretty quickly by Simpkin and also Justin Matamua. Pass for the Warriors, Metcalf rubbering this time. Straight to Bullard, though, who will bring it back, and he'll play it just inside the Tigers 10.
Yeah, really well positioned there, Jareen Buller. Huge wraps on him coming down from Cobra Park, and a couple of nice touches here in the second half. Starting to settle his way into the game. And again, the Tigers here just look flat, don't they? Out of petrol. It's been a tough period for them to start this second half.
They've had just that one chance inside the Warriors 20. And they got the ball back and they took a winger and a touch. Then they coughed it up on the first play. Huta Ikamanu, who was captain tonight for the Tigers, back out there. He skittled Vlasic and one other defender, and as a result, he gets the penalty, and we'll see them on the attack for just the second time in this second half.
Yeah, he's a great young prospect, isn't he? Huta Ikamanu, part of Brad Fittler's squad for the Origin campaign. Over the top of Lussick there, physical, just aggressive. And the early side of penalty looks set for a good year, Huta Ikamanu. Oh, good contact there.
Simpkin going nowhere. Wrapped up, strong tackle by Mayu, once again doing it on both sides of the ball. Here's Seyfarth, swung to ground, inside the Warriors 30. Midway through the set. They're flat on both sides. Wakeham back on the inside, though. Here's Buller, keeps it alive. Matamua does the same. He hands it off to Trey Penny. Penny scores, and the Tigers have their first points of the game. Good hands through the middle.
Yeah, really nice work here. Out of dummy half, great catch and pass. Back on the inside and went through a number of sets of hands. And Trey Penny, he'll be happy with that. Look at this, Simpkin out of dummy half. He's been busy since coming on. Nice work there. Wakeham back on the inside to Buller. Great offload there. And Trey Penny gets the Tigers first to the night. Robbie Farah just watching on in back play there. He would have loved that opportunity around the ruck back in his day. No markers in place. Dummy half out attacking. And that's what we're going to see plenty of this year. Api Koroisau for the West Tigers, bouncing out around the ruck, capitalising on those big Utoikamanu charges. So whilst the scoreline's not balanced here this evening, there's plenty of big guns to come back for the West Tigers this year. And boy, am I excited to see Api Koroisau and what he can do. Everywhere he's been, Koroisau, you think of the combination that he had at Manly and what he did for the likes of Cherry Evans and his game and the pressure that he takes off his halves. What he's done with Cleary in recent years at Penrith has been tremendous. And I think Luke Brooks and Adam Dewey will love what Koroisau brings at dummy half this season.
Brandon Wakeham, his general play kicking has been good, makes it 26 points to 6. Watch Trey Penny once again. Speaking of Keebra Park, he rolled off that Keebra Park production line back in 2020 and finishes off a nice movement there, a little outside inside play. Nice work by Wakeham and Buller, Matamua himself, and a pretty fair haircut there as well. He was one of the Tigers who last year, Mick, did the barber's course out there at Granville TAFE. Stafford Toa, I think, is the lead barber at the Tigers, but Trey Penny fancies himself with the shears. Do you need a little trim before the season?
He looked good, Trey Penny.
Yeah, looked good with the carry and the try. And
call that the box mullet, I think they do, Warren.
Is that right? I'll take your word for it. Here is Bolle bringing it back. Strong carry to bring it all the way back beyond the 20. Bit of a fade going himself. Uto Ikamanu. Again, look at this. Massive meters. Lussick under pressure again. Bunty Afua also going backwards. Underneath. Masul Valangi trying to stop him, but good luck doing that on 3 plays. They're back. They're inside the Warriors' half. From Wakeham. Go to that right edge where it's Bolle once again.
He's been strong, Bolle, when he's been moved into the middle. Started on the right edge, but since he's gone into the middle, powerful leg speed, and he's come up with an error.
Now, the captain's challenge is in effect during the pre-season. Will they use one here?
Stefano, do you want to challenge it?
He thought he might have hung on to it, and they will in fact. Our first captain's challenge for 2023. I think he hangs on to that.
On-field decision is a knock-on.
Yeah, it was a great carry. Bouncing around, powerful with footwork. Gets himself in between defenders really well and generates momentum, Bolle. Struggling to contain him. He's fighting for every inch.
Just looking to determine if the ball has been stripped or if it's a knock-on.
Oh yeah, there's a hand in there. There's a hand in there, and you can see.
The Warriors player has his hand around the ball, just looking to see if there's any intent to steal the ball.
Absolutely, there is. Just watch his left hand. Yeah.
You make a case there he was playing at the ball, but the bunker will make
this
that
is
call.
the
This one
angle.
gets one there.
Let's see the hand comes
The
up.
ball actually
No.
did
Left hand
touch
from
the
the Warriors
turf.
player is around the ball, and there is intent to strip. The challenge is successful.
No, you see it the way we did. We're on
We're
song
off to
with
a
the
good
bunker.
start. We're off to a good start.
Mick, things are looking up in 2023.
Successful, so you keep the challenge.
Full of
Yeah.
optimism.
Come on.
We'll be on the same page with some tweaks to the rules
Yeah.
coming into this new season, just some minor ones. As Uta Ikamanu
He's
looks to
been-
lay a platform and just about goes through himself. He'll play it from close range. Here's a chance for Cameron, who will play it. In fact, he might go close to scoring zone, Cameron.
1 foot. Wait, Monty, wait.
Half a metre short. From Simpkin, gives it off to Uta Ikamanu. He would not be stopped. What a carry. Stefano is back in a big, big way in 2023. What a run.
Yeah, barnstorming close to the line. His second stint, he's come on with purpose. He's come on with aggression. And this close to the line, Simpkin, well, you'd be mad not to hit him. Straight over the top of Lussick. He's put a radar on Lussick since he's come back onto the field. And just charges over the top, spins, twists, and slams the ball down. And Utoikamanu growing in confidence with every minute on the field. The captain tonight leading the way, leading the fight back.
Well, it's no secret the Tigers have been searching that sort of carry in the middle of the field for a number of seasons, quite obviously. Somebody who can do the damage that he can do. You know, you can see why he's on the radar of Brad Fittler and the New South Wales Blues.
Yeah.
And the raps on him have been massive in his time in the junior ranks and then linking with the West Tigers. He moved to Concord headquarters and, as we said, injury-free after having some knee issues throughout 2022 and also that wrist surgery which curtailed his season. Almost 2 months lost the back end of last season. Showing right there what he can do and what a leader he can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And he needs to step up. There's no doubt about that. This year they're crying out for that through the middle. And Toi Kamanu just, well, I'm really impressed with the way Simpkins used him, to be honest, since coming back onto the field. That combination along with Bolle has really changed the momentum for the West Tigers. And has he done the barber course too? Toi Kamanu?
Don't know about Stefano. I know Trey is a whiz with a number 3 or shorter.
Yeah, I think he's a 1.5 Trey, he said.
Go one.
Simpkin out of dummy half. See if the Tigers can keep the shears applied to the Warriors here. 26-12, only 14 down. I mean, who knows? Might have our first big comeback of 2023 here.
Shave a bit off the scoreline.
They're trying to. Nice work, Michael. Here is Wakeham from inside the 40, kicking for the sideline.
He's got
plenty of weight on it. Here come the Tigers.
Yeah, really nice work, Brandon Wakeham. Positioned himself well. Great trajectory on the kick, nice and low. Well inside the 40. And just gets the angle perfect.
Oh, it's Seyfarth who comes at them. Looking for a third quick try. Simpkin from dummy half, little head fake. Nothing doing there as far as Warriors defence was concerned. They're all over for Nuabole. They'll play it only a couple of metres out. Simpkin thought about going himself. Seyfarth is there, fires it out the back. Oh, he'd like that pass back. That was a no-looker, nothing doing, so he just thought he'd keep it alive, and he turned it over, and Paul Roach was there. Came up with possession for the Warriors. That was a cheap turnover. They score right there, make it 26 points to 18. Very much game on. This momentum shift we've had. The Warriors get a chance to work it away, though. Viliami Vailea, who will play at 15 short of the halfway line. Roach to a 4. His right-hand side. Could be going to Isaiah Vungana. Wait for Roach. Kick put high in the air. Jareem Bullock coming forward, makes a catch, falls to the ground to avoid the oncoming defenders. They'll play it here just outside the 20. New faces out there for the Warriors as well. Aidan Ackland, Manly Sea Eagle. Lower grader getting a chance back home, of course, the son of John Ackland, one-time scout and big part of the Warrior setup from their inception in the NRL back in the mid-90s. Charlie Staines is also out there playing on a wing now, I fancy, with Buller staying in the fullback role. Charlie coming in for a carry right there. And Simpkin waits a dummy half, a volley to play. That's slowly back to his feet. Seyfarth, Wakeham to the outside. Oh, not a great pass there for the Barber. Trey Penny puts it down. Vailea is away. Nobody in front of him. And against the run of play, Vailea scores another one for the Warriors. Mistakes really hurting the Tigers here tonight. And perhaps that one might just kill off any thought of a Tigers comeback. 30 points to 12. It was an awful pass to handle for Trey Penny, and Vailea said, thank you very much.
Yeah, he just couldn't resist the space. They were short on that left-hand side. Simpkin, a little show. Seyfarth ball playing, and Wakeham had Vailea caught in field. And there was space on the outside with the winger back, and Vailea did a tremendous job. He accelerated, leaped over the top of one of the defenders, and accelerated into the backfield. In fact, he gets around Staines, did a great job. And he's enjoying that one. Viliami Vailea going over in the far corner. Trey Penny unable to catch him, and a huge momentum swing back in the favour of the Warriors, who were under pressure. The Tigers had done a good job to wrestle back momentum, found 12 points and got themselves right back into the game. Crucial error down on the try line from Seyfarth. That turnover really halted the momentum of the Tigers, and now a poor pass from Wakeham, and in the end the Tigers standing back behind their goal line as young Ackland gets a chance.
From just outside the 20, doesn't have the length on the kick. Nice moment for Viliami Vailea, who, as we said earlier in the game, had that broken jaw in 2022, right in the middle of the season as well. He'd been in try-scoring form. He'd scored 5 tries in 5 games before that, before suffering that broken jaw in round 12 against the Newcastle Knights. And it cost him a couple of months of football. He came back to play out the last month of the season with 4 straight games, starting in the centres. And left centre tonight. It's a gift there from Brandon Wakeham. He runs away to make it an 18-point lead, just on quarter of an hour remaining in game 1 of the NRL pre-season challenge. Great to have your company once again throughout 2023, live here on Fox League. Warren Smith alongside Mick Ennis, bringing you play-by-play tonight as a forward here. They'll play it. The skipper, 108 games in the NRL now, is Bunting. Taking it towards the halfway line. Perhaps after leaking a couple of tries, they've just put the foot back on the pedal, the Warriors. Playing here through Vangana. As Lussick from dummy half comes back through Michael Seale. Nice to see him at 29 years of age get a chance at this level tonight. Having spent time in the UK with Wakefield, Trinity, Halifax, Dewsbury as well through the mid-teens before linking up beginning of 2018 with the North Devils, and he spent 5 seasons in Queensland before coming back to the Warriors. Here's Stokes taking a carry from just inside the 30.
Ready, look for me. Wait, go 3, good.
As Kapoa gets to dummy half, moving through the middle through Matamua. Seyfarth is there once more. Plenty of minutes tonight here, Alex Seyfarth, and his return from that pec muscle surgery at the back end of 2022. Buller playing it. A delay there at dummy half, and Natakara, who is back out there in the 9 roll now. Good catch and run, bringing it back at speed. There's Ed Kosey.
Yeah, still out there, Ed Kosey, and he's been busy. There's no doubt about that. Big and powerful, athletic. Had an error early in the game, but yeah, Montoya and Kosey have been tremendous tonight. Kosey up towards 100 metres carrying the footy. Montoya 3 tries. He's also up over 130 metres. They're good on the edges, the Warriors. There's no doubt about that.
Marnie going, getting a chance here at the back end of the game on that left-hand side of the field. Nuggetty edge type that he is. Ackland puts it high in the air. They let them catch it. Chance here for the Warriors, but wrapped up. Tupou got there, so did Buller and also Simpkin. It was alarming, though, that everybody hung back, that the Warriors make a play at that unchallenged. Coming through, there was a chance there for Jacob Laban to go all the way.
He's had some good moments, Laban. Big and athletic. Got a good body shape, got lean and athletic legs, but strong up top. Had some strong carries in the opening half, as we see an offload here from Matamua.
He's provided plenty. A couple you'd like back from early in the game in the first half, but you can hold off defenders and get a ball away. Some skill does Justin Matamua. In the middle of the field for the Tigers. Buller at dummy half. Comes out here to Tristan Riley, who was the sharpest in the early the first 20 minutes or so of the game. From Waratah, New South Wales Waratah, as Buller from dummy half finds Riley, kips over the top, goes down there to Ben Farr, who made the catch, hands it off to Kosey, who switched from the right-hand side to the left-hand side. Marcelo Montoya getting a breather at the back end of the game.
Off the arm! Markers! Go two. Second marker got there.
It's Roach. Finds a charging forward in Ali Tower.
Gee whiz. That's an impact.
Some stopping there around the bootlace, which is the only Fainu. They were under pressure, and now here is a big carry by Sifakula. Just outside the 30. He'll play it there. Goes through Acklands. Comes back to Seal. Stopped by Simpkin. And the Warriors have another play in this set. This is the last. Ackland to the line, just chipping it towards the in goal. Awkward one for Jareem Buller to handle, so he just throws himself on the ground. And the Tigers from their own line under pressure here to work it away without incident. Good tackle. Lay a tower up there very quickly. Now Safer going sideways, so they warm the shoulders up and say, we've got you, Alex.
That was Vangana.
Seor was there, Vangana as well. 3 tackles gone, still just the own 10-metre line, and it's Kapoa who gets them going in the right direction. Pass it looked like there from dummy half from Ruan Natakawa. And it's going to be a penalty to the Tigers. The Warriors jumping the gun, of course. The new interpretation on offside this year, you've got to have both feet back level with the referee. And certainly one on the line on your own goal line.
Yeah, they've become so vital, those yardage penalties, haven't they? So all the clubs doing plenty of work at the moment, getting referees out to training and trying to work with them to make sure that they're tidy in that area, as we see play the ball error, and these ones will hurt throughout the season. Absolute coach killers and momentum swings.
Plants the ball and he loses control. Middle.
Be worth a challenge. Does he walk through and kick the ball?
Looked like he did.
Maybe worth a challenge that. It was Seor that just involved in the ruck, but the young Tigers not willing to challenge.
Save the blushes of Natakawa, who once again threw a very obvious forward pass out of dummy half. There's been a few of those from him in the game, but the mistake had already been made as the Tigers worked it away.
He's looked tremendous since coming onto the field. Lay tower. Late footwork, athleticism.
There's more footwork from Raban, who takes it towards the 20-metre line. And he'll be forced to go back and play it on the mark. Finished a metre or so there. As Ackland turns it back on the inside. Dimitri Sifakula coming into his own at the back end of the game here, getting a lot of touches. Ackland at the back for Roach, or the ball was there. Kapoa was watching his opponent as opposed to the ball. Didn't realise it was there for the taking. Ended up in the arms of Vailea, who plays it. Now it's Vasuvalangi who takes it back inside the Tigers 10. Last play from Lussing, goes through the hands of Seor. Ackland, long ball over the top, a chance to go for the corner, and they got there as well. Moala Graham Taufa, he scores in another one for the Warriors. And it's a big scoreline now at 34-12. Nice work by Ackland.
Yeah, he's shown great composure. He's been really measured since coming on. Ackland, this time he pulls the trigger. Last play, Lussing out of dummy half. Seor got the ball to Ackland as quick as he could, and he recognised that the left edge of the Tigers was caught well in field. Tupou caught in, and he floats the ball high over the top. And a really nice finish there from Graham Taufa over in the corner. Gets the footy down, and it's been comprehensive, but nice work from young Ackland. Halves have had a night out for the Warriors, haven't they?
They certainly have. Graham Taufa played just the one game in his time with the Roosters. Came at the back end of 2021. Cast your memory back to the famous incident between Latrell Mitchell and Joseph Manu.
Yeah.
Of course, that nasty facial fracture for Joey Manu, who has another one at the moment, as it turns out. He won't be appearing in the pre-season for the Roosters. The man who replaced Joseph Manu in that game after the incident with Latrell Mitchell was Moala Graham Taufa.
There you go.
He's one game in the NRL.
Big shoes to fill, Joey Manu.
Wow, can play a bit, that kid. Might have a future.
Yeah.
What a kick. It's all happening for the Warriors here tonight. They convert from wide out, and it's 36 points to 12. Watch it again. Long rainbow ball. Made an Ackland. Despite the attention there of Junior Topo, nice finish by Graham Taufer to plant that down and score yet another one for the Warriors.
Gotta stay on side.
As you can see, not a massive crowd here in Auckland tonight. Those have made the effort to make them outsmart. They've been treated with a real show by the home side. And, well, it's a great venue, electric when the Warriors are doing well. And after all they've been through over the past 3 seasons of COVID, of course, disrupting the NRL from March 2020 onwards. Fingers crossed there's no dramas this year. They get a full season in at home and they play some entertaining rugby league. No matter where they finish on the table, they certainly can draw a crowd at their best. They're back already in Tigers territory here.
Wait for it. Go forward. 24. Not there.
4 tackles gone in this set.
On now.
The young
Take it
forwards
forward
for the
through going.
Warriors have been tremendous, particularly in the last quarter of this match.
Wait. Go last. Not late.
Zacklin on the last play puts it up. The attention there of Faye Inu. Buller with his athletic ability.
Let him up there.
He can dunk, he can do it all on the basketball court. I've seen him in the open space tonight, what he can do, but one involvement nicely with Wakeham. And the try scored by Trey Penny earlier on. Here's a strong carry by Junior Tupou, who might have hurt a couple of Warriors on that run.
That was carnage. They were all trying to jam Tupou. He kept moving, he was evasive, and they end up hitting each other. An intercept now for Violea.
Grabs his second in similar circumstances of this second half. They'll rack up 40 in their first outing for 2023. And Violea on the end of a couple of gifts in this second 40.
Yeah, early shift here from the Tigers out to their right-hand side. Violea all over it. Look at this. Tupou playing the footy, and then there it is. Young Tristan Riley looking to move the footy. And Violea, who's been wonderful tonight, just sat himself right in the back line and gets another try. It's been good tonight. There's been a lot to like about the Warriors. Individually, they've all been good, but some guys that are genuinely on the cusp of playing first grade, that have played NRL or have been really trying to establish themselves, have stood up tonight for Andrew Webster, and this man's one of them. Viliami Violea. Big smile on his face, enjoying his footy. He looks fit. He's had a good pre-season, and he's putting it on the park early.
That has been very encouraging for the new coach and Andrew Webster. He's coached just the 3 games in the NRL. Quite a disparity with Tim Sheens, of course, who's coached 669 games in the NRL, returning for his second stint with the West Tigers. Ackland converts from right in front and makes it 42 points to 12. And Buddy's thinking, I like this captaincy role. I might have the C next to my name ongoing.
Yeah, it's good to see, actually, these pitches here. A lot of young guys getting an opportunity to play with people they look up to and respect. Bunny Afoa being a household name for the Warriors and just sitting there educating some of the young guys on things that they've done well or things they can do better. And it's a great part of the season, this, where you can play with big numbers and unlimited interchange, and you can expose some young guys with talent to this level of footy. And that was nice to see Afoa just in conversation there with his young teammates.
Solomon Vasuvalangi will bring it back here, met by a 4-man Tigers defensive unit who drive him back towards his own line. 3.5 remaining in this second half. It's a 30-point gap. Talking not that long ago, it seems, Mick, that 26 points to 12. The Tigers had a chance.
Yeah, they were pressing, weren't they?
Put the ball down.
Yeah.
Could have made it 26 points to 18. Instead, they've collapsed as they've gifted the Warriors a couple of tries, to Viliami Violea in particular. And given up a couple through the attack of the Warriors at the same measure. As they play it here, Barn gets through the hands of Kula, and then Roach realised he couldn't go to the outside. We were going to give away a penalty for an obstruction, so he'll just dive there and play it with one more for the Warriors. Back to Ackland. doing the playmaking charge down here, and the Tigers come up with it.
It's a charge
Through
down, and
Asu
then there's a second
Kapoa.
touch, which is a knock-on. First bit's a charge down, and then it's a knock-on. Their ball.
Knocked on after the initial charge down is the call.
Yeah, good effort out of marker
We're going in the middle.
from Kapoa, and you can see there. Yeah, she's on the money again. Belinda Sharp, she's had a good game. She's been really good tonight, refereeing. And unfortunately for Asu Kapoa there, his effort doesn't get the reward that it deserved, and the Warriors now with another opportunity to get inside the Tigers' half and just keep an eye on these young power forwards. Look at the footwork and the athleticism. There's some really, really good talent on show here.
Too deep. Gotta stay up.
And I finish with a real exclamation mark.
Yeah, 2 feet with me.
Zaya
2 feet with
Vangana
me.
takes it forward.
Go 2.
They're 35 away from the Tigers line. Ackland looking in, but going out. Roach, good hands. Far stepping.
Nice footwork from far.
From the advancing Brandon Toomuth, who was up in the line. Couldn't wrap him up, though, and they had to work hard through Camro on the inside. Here is Laban once again.
Yeah.
He's only 5 metres out from the Tigers line. Seor from dummy half. He gives a crash ball there to Mayu, and he scored. Too strong from close range. There it is. A bit of icing on a very nice Warriors cake to begin 2023.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's been tremendous, Mayu. Big, powerful, injected early in the first half as one of the first rotation middle forwards, and he came on and made an instant impact and close to the line. Look at his body lean there. Just watch how he accelerates but gets that body lean close to the line, propels his body forward. Hard for them to get a good shot, and a great twist to get the footy down, and that's really nice work there from Zion Mayu. It's been good tonight, been very, very good, and great reward for effort for the big man.
8 tries now for the Warriors. They've got the bonus point for the tries, the line breaks as well, to go with a 12 for the win. And the offloads, you've got a tally there, Mick, on the offloads. I know you've had the pencil out, keeping across things all night, just making sure that it's all above board. Are you in charge of the official bonus points handing out?
Well, Warren, I can say that the Warriors are getting very, very close to their 10 offloads.
Right. So we'll give them 14 points total at the moment. Maybe not time. Let's only produce a couple of offloads here at the back end of the game. 42 seconds remaining. Justin Morgan riding shotgun there with Andrew Webster. And, well, you can do no more than win, and win well.
Yes.
First outing as a Warriors coach. I guess would have been somewhat of a surprise. And yes,
Oh, here we go.
Aaron Woods is back with his shoey in front of the coach again in 2023. That's great to see. I've forgotten his name. What's his name? Do you remember?
I'm happy with Aaron Woods. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Doppelganger.
Yeah.
Separated at birth. Well, Woodsy and the king of the shoey here at Mount Smart.
Let him up now.
He's waited until the last moment to get a run.
Go 0.
He was quite the feature last year. He became a cult hero, didn't he?
Yeah, they love him. Love him.
On their return to Mount Smart.
Get off him now. Back here, left side.
His season ticket in his back pocket, good to go again. Matamua. Tigers' last chance here. Inside the 30. And great fun bringing you live rugby league action for the first time in 2023. A lot more to come this weekend, of course. The Dolphins to make their debut, the All-Stars game. Indigenous All-Stars against the Maori on Saturday as well. But at full time here at Mount Smart Stadium, the Warriors have won, and impressively so. They've beaten the Tigers 48 points to 12.